Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level grammar lesson and we're continuing to talk about adjectives, and today will be part 1 of superlative adjectives. Alright, so what can you say about this picture about Andrew, Tom, and Peter? Well, we could say that Andrew is shorter than Peter and Tom, or Peter and Tom are taller than Andrew. But Tom and Peter are about the same size, so we might be able to say Tom is as tall as Peter. And how about these pictures? A silver ring, a gold ring, and a diamond ring. Well, a gold ring is more expensive than a silver ring. A diamond ring is more expensive than a gold ring. So you could make those comparisons. And here we have the weather. So you could say that Thursday is hotter than Tuesday. Friday is hotter than Wednesday and Thursday. And so those are some ways that you could describe using the adjectives we already know. So, but using superlatives, we could say that Tom is the tallest. Andrew is not tall. Peter is tall. And Tom is the tallest because he's slightly taller than Peter and he's very much taller than Andrew. A silver ring is expensive. A gold ring is more expensive. And a diamond ring is the most expensive. So that's another way that you can make the superlative. Add the word most. Wednesday will be hot. Thursday will be hotter. And Friday will be the hottest. Alright, so now you can make some sentences matching the first half with the second half. And then you can pause the video, try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So when I was young, I was the fastest swimmer in my class. Russia is the largest country in the world. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system. My grandma was the most wonderful person I have ever known, and I like all my teachers, but the best teacher is Mrs. Collins. So to make the superlative with a short adjective, you just add est to the adjective. So long plus est, longest. Hot plus est, hottest. With longer adjectives, you add the word most. So most important, most interesting. And remember, for one-syllable adjectives like hot, sad, and big, you need to double the final consonant before adding the est. So hottest, double T, saddest, double D, and biggest, double G. In many cases, we use the before a superlative. Yakamoto is the most expensive restaurant in my town. It was the coldest day of the year. It was the most wonderful day of my summer holiday. And Catherine is the tallest student in my class. So see now if you can make the superlatives of each of these. So we start with beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. So heavy, heavier, heaviest. Wide, wider, widest. Energetic, more energetic, most energetic. Slow, slower, slowest. high, higher, highest. And interesting, more interesting, and most interesting. Alright, so now you're going to use the plus the superlative form of one of these adjectives. Again, you can pause the video, try on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answer. Okay, Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world. The deepest ocean on Earth is the Pacific. William is the most interesting person I have ever met. Or actually, probably maybe the laziest, because interesting goes with the next one, I believe. So William is the laziest person I have ever met. And the most interesting book I have ever read is Narcissus and Goldmund. Tokyo and Mexico City are the most populous cities in the world. For Muslims, Mecca is the holiest place on earth. In my opinion, Paris and Rome are the most beautiful places to visit. And the most poisonous creature in the world is the tiny poison dart frog. Alright, and then there are irregular adjectives. So the base for good, the comparative form is better, and the superlative is best. And then bad, worse, worst, far, further, furthest. So she is the best female tennis player in the world, and Neptune is the furthest planet from our sun. Okay, you'll use the plus the superlative form again. Okay, the best place to buy hamburgers in this town is Polly's. 34%. That is the worst result I have ever received in an exam. Or sorry, the worst. We're supposed to use the. If you want the freshest vegetables, you should go to the local market. The furthest I have ever been from my town is about 500 kilometers. If you want to ride the fastest train on earth, you have to go to Japan. Sally is the most nervous girl in my class. She can't stop moving about. Diamond is, I keep forgetting to write the word. I say it, but I forget to write it. Okay, diamond is the hardest natural material in the world. And the best meal I have ever eaten was at a Chinese restaurant in Toronto. Alright, so can you make the superlative? So we have bad, worst, rich, richest, delicious, most delicious, patient, most patient, far, furthest, polite, most polite, and quiet, the quietest. So we often use the superlative to show the best, the fastest, the tallest, the most expensive in a place or in a group or organization. He is the tallest person in the world. It is the most expensive house in my neighborhood. Helen is the most senior manager in her company, and Peter is the weakest student in his class. So see now if you can make some sentences by matching the subject plus the adjective and then the object. So you could say Paul is the most intelligent man in our company. Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world. Sydney is the most famous city in Australia. The Volga is the longest river in Europe. And the British Empire was the largest empire in modern history. All right, now you can try to make some logical sentences. So here you could say China is the most populous nation on Earth. Gabrielle is the tallest person in my class. Cairo is the largest city in Africa. And Willis Tower is the tallest building in the United States, which isn't really true. I believe it's the Freedom Tower in New York, but that's okay. We didn't use boring. We could also say Gabrielle is the most boring person in my class. Okay, with organizations and places, we normally use the preposition in. So I feel like the luckiest person in the world. But with periods of time, we generally use of. I think that tomorrow will be the hottest day of summer. Grade 7 was the hardest year of my childhood, and I remember it well. It was the happiest day of my life. All right, so now use a superlative plus in or of with these sentences. So do you remember that song? It was the most popular song of the 1980s. What a day. I think I just made the most difficult decision of my life. The Amazon jungle, the oven here. The Amazon jungle is, the largest jungle in South America. For my children, their birthday is the happiest day of the year. I think we chose the most boring movie in the cinema today. I fell asleep. All right, so look at these sentences carefully. Here's the sentence structure. We've got one of the, and then the superlative, a plural noun, and a preposition. So she was one of the most beautiful women in Hollywood. Balzac was one of the greatest French writers of the 19th century. Picasso is one of the most famous artists of all time. And the hippopotamus is one of the largest animals in Africa. So we could say one of when we're talking about something that is not absolute. There could be others that are of equal, beauty or greatness or fame. So this is just one of many. All right, so use one of plus the superlative plus a plural noun plus a preposition. So it's a big city. It's one of the biggest cities in Asia. He's a great writer. He's one of the greatest writers in America today. It was so hot yesterday. In fact, it was one of the hottest days of the year. It's a very tall building. It's one of the tallest buildings in the Middle East. She's a wonderful teacher. She's certainly one of the most wonderful teachers in our school. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.